Benjamin Hunting with AutoByTel.com, and we're here with Harlan Charles, Corvette Product Manager in Detroit at the 2013 Auto Show. Now, we were all very excited to see the new Corvette that's come out, and a lot of people were expecting, well, they weren't sure what to expect, whether we were going to get a radically different looking design, whether we were going to get kind of an evolution of what we had in the past. But we saw from the previous models that were rolled out during the introduction that what we have is kind of an update on the classic Corvette themes with a more modern interpretation. So how did you balance what people were expecting from Corvette and from where you wanted to go in the future in terms of not just looks, but how performance would be determined by what the shape of the car would be?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. You know, what we really wanted to do was create an all-new Corvette. You know, every surface, everything people see to be all new. But we wanted to also to be unmistakably Corvette. So when people would see it, it would evoke Corvette. And one of the things we also did was, we had in the back of our minds, we wanted to, you know, bring back the passion of Stingray. You know, some of the famous Corvettes, the 59 Corvette race car designed by Bill Mitchell, the 63 split window Corvette, things like that. We wanted to bring back some of that passion, but of course not bring back the exact cues, but do it in a way that evoked, you know, Corvette Stingray for the future, and really create a new Corvette statement going forward, so that builds on the past, but in an entirely new way. So one of the fine balances we did was, we wanted the car to have a lot of racing technology, and you can see that in the car. You can see the functional, you know, air vents and cooling outlets in the car that drive right from the race car. But at the same time, make the car more sophisticated looking, more upscale, and which is a difficult balance between, you know, more motorsports oriented and more upscale. So with these two cars we have on display, the gray car behind us, the Cyber Gray, and the Torch Red. You see a Torch Red car, very aggressive, a little bit more track influence. The car behind us, more the luxury GT kind of look. You know, Kalahari interior, very sophisticated, kind of that private jet for the street kind of look. So we really wanted to show that with the new Corvette, you can create your own Corvette statement, you know, different looks, different themes, things like that.
Now, speaking to that, so far we've seen the base, and there's been talk about the Z51 model. Are we going to see different variants of the Corvette that bring you into that GT, that upper level GT status from a features perspective inside the car as well? Infotainment, luxury, similar to maybe what Dodge is trying to do with the Viper, or allowing you to take on companies and models that people might not have associated with Corvette in terms of competition in years past. Is that kind of a strategy where the Corvette is going over the next couple of years?
Yeah, well, you know, again, the new Corvette Stingray, within the Stingray lineup, we have, as you mentioned, the Z51 Performance Package, again, for somebody that's more performance focused. And then we're going to have different options within the car. So you can get everything from, you know, full leather wrapped interior. You can get the whole upper of the car wrapped in suede. We have a special interior just for the top level, the brownstone. It's a suede and leather combination. You can get different brake caliper color options, you know, different roof panel. You see the one here with the visible carbon. So we're going to have a lot of different ways that you can tailor the car to whatever attribute you want. If you want the lightest weight possible car with all the performance, I'm a purist, you can get that. If I want this luxury GT type of car with as much luxury I can and have the speed that goes with it, you can do that too. So we're really trying to open that up. And I think what that will do is open the car up not just to our, you know, hardcore enthusiasts, but to people that just love cars, just want a beautiful sports car of any kind, and they're going to appreciate that performance, but they're also going to appreciate some of the more luxurious features that we may not have had to this level in the past.
Now, speaking of the past, we're still using V8 power, which is great. I'm a very big fan, and I know a lot of Corvette fans, that's kind of a make or break thing for them. Is there any talk or concept that in the future there might be additional power plants available from the Corvette that might kind of ease in the idea of smaller displacement or more forced induction, kind of using forced induction not just for ultimate power like you have in the top models now or of the C6, but kind of adopting a different strategy, different technologies, introducing more technology under the hood of the Corvette? Is that something that we could expect in the next few years? Is that something that we could expect with the C7, or is that something that's past the C7?
Well, I will say, you know, the car we've come out with now, the 2014 Corvette Stingray or C7, you know, the engine we have, it's a 6.2 liter, like you said, so relatively large displacement, but we have an eco mode with active fuel management. So effectively, under certain conditions, it becomes a 3.1 liter four-cylinder engine. You can get that economy. And it's a little counterintuitive, but having the larger 6.2 liter displacement, a lot of people thought maybe we're going to go smaller. That really enabled you to stay in the 4-cylinder mode for more length of time and more driving conditions, which actually helps the fuel economy. So I think with this technology, we're really trying to enable people to have the best of both worlds. You can have the large V8, 450 foot-pounds of torque is our current estimate, when you want it, and then you can have the fuel economy of a 4-cylinder in the driving conditions when you want it, and it's all up to the driver to control. So I'm not sure if there's going to be a need to go, if we can, hit our targets. I think we're overachieving to people's expectations of the Corvette. I mean, even the outgoing Corvette, the 6th generation, gets much better fuel economy than people expect at 26 miles per gallon in the highway. I think we're a very efficient sports car. And a lot of the lightweight technology we're doing, like the aluminum frame and the carbon fiber hood and roof, things like that also help as performance, also help fuel economy as well.
What is the weight difference between a base C7 and a base C6?
I don't have a number published. I can tell you that the frame saves about 100 pounds of weight, and the carbon fiber components save about 40 pounds in that range. But we will have some things that add weight. Actually, the active fuel management little counter does kind of add some weight back because we had to add a torque tube because we have front engine rear transmission to eliminate some of the vibrations. And we have larger brakes on the car for better performance and bigger wheels and again, more interior content. So there's a little bit of balance there. But overall, we're trying to make the strongest, lightest weight, most fun to drive sports car we can while hitting fuel efficiency targets that we need to.
And it's really not fair for me to talk about future Corvettes when you brought one out today.
I know.
That's kind of that's a bit of dirty pool. But
it's okay.
I guess I was wondering too, the base model is extremely fast. I mean, 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. That's what's projected. When even faster versions of the Corvette come out over the next couple of years, where's the wall? Where does that stop? Like, when does traction start becoming an issue now that power and weight are no longer engineering problems? What do you see as, will we have a car that's as engaging to drive as the Z06 and as fast as the ZR1? So I'm Canadian, so I'm always doing that.
It's okay. No, you know what? That's a great question. We keep pushing the envelopes of technology. In the 6th generation car, when we first developing it, we were thinking the Z06, before 50 horsepower, and later we went up to over 500 horsepower. Was unheard of. And then we did the 638 on the ZR1. We were never, at the times when we were designing it, we didn't think, we could go, and we did, and we surpassed that. And I think it's going to keep going. I think people are always going to want, our sports car enthusiasts always want more power and more speed. It's never enough. So we're going to just keep pushing the envelope, as much as we can. I can't talk about future products, but as you know, every year we always do something exciting. This is our introduction with the Stingray of our new generation. But, we can come back next. We'll have things to talk about in the ongoing years to come. That'll be very exciting.